Welcome back to Internazionali Italia series, round number 3, Nervesa della Battaglia, northeast of Italy. As you already know, May has been a hell of a wet month, so muddy and slippery condition throughout these vineyards and this beautiful surrounding. The weekend started on Friday with the National Short Track Championship made out of great racing and some different results as we we're expecting the big dogs eating the races. So what's gonna happen in the Saturday XCO? We're gonna see it very soon. As always, we start with the junior category, which unfortunately for them, they had the worst possible weather condition because it rained a lot, as you could see from the short track from Friday's footage. And it stopped raining overnight and for the race day, which meant that the track was even more sleepy. The mud got stuck a bit on the tires and on the bikes, and honestly it was really difficult to pick a good tires and a good setting for the race. Started out with the usual start loop, which was wide open in the vineyard. And there was Rive in the front, chased straight away from Stenico, which we're gonna say very soon was the man to beat today. Hard on the pedals, hard on the gears, and made it up on this climb, followed by Rive and Bosio. Look how sleepy it was, how technical it was. Actually, the track was really good and it handled the mud pretty good, especially in the woods. But by passing, it got so sleepy, so difficult to pick a line. Look at this wood garden, kind of a rocky garden mixed with all these logs. One of the most spectacular part of the track. And some pretty steep chute into technical and steep climb as well. We go on a finish line and it's Bosio chasing back Stenico. It was kind of a tough battle between the two. It actually felt like Bosio had something more in the tank because he closed the gap, but Stenico was pretty smart to handle the race, even though here the attack on the breaking point by Bosio, nice and smooth into this steep descent. But again, it was kind of a cat and mouse game between the two guys up in the front, with Ettore Fabbro in third. It was a two-man up on the very last lap of the race, but nothing Bosio could do with Stenico, who was very fast even in the last lap. The leader of Internazionali Italia series, Bosio, could just handle second position and gaining good points for the overall because he just one race down after this one in Nervesa della Battaglia. Again, the very last lap, nice little drop in this hard right braking corner, and it's a win for Stenico. Second position for Bosio, and we're gonna see soon the podium of the junior category, which is results as Stenico, Bosio, Fabbro, Rive in fourth, which did a great race, and Fregata in fifth. So these are the results of the junior category. Very difficult conditions on these muddy and sleepy tracks, so I wanted to be upfront from the beginning, and it was the smartest move I could do. I could play it safe, avoid crashes, so happy to take the win here. I kind of come back from some road racing and not using mountain bike very much, so happy to take the win, happy to keep on growing from here, and let's see what next weekends bring. And we're back with the girls. Women racing in Italy has been a big challenge for all the girls this year, which They come back from Brazil. Most of the top girls, Giada Specia, Seivold, they were all in Brazil, and some of the girls had great results. We're actually expecting Martina Berta on some good performance, which she didn't show in Brazil, so it was a tough race for her. We know how fast she is, and she wanted to put down some horsepower straight from the start loop. Martina is capable of great results and performance, so we're happy to see her up in the front, taking the lead early on. Great performance from Giada Specia, Villiers Triestina. Giada is currently the national short track champion. She won on Friday. Actually, we didn't expect her to win, but she beat everyone else. And Berta leading this one out with Greta Seivold from the team Decathlon 4. Look how sleepy and tricky it was, the wood section, even for such a technical racer as Berta is. Nice and smooth for Greta Seivold, feeling good on this French team and having some great performance in Brazil. Some of the best races she's ever had on a World Cup. Nice and smooth for Berta, showing up some good form. And Corvi as well. What a performance for her, the young gun from Santa Cruz RockShox. Berta still leading, showing a good pace, good racing here in Italy on this Internazionale Italia series, round number 3. Look how difficult it is to pick the line. It actually is drawing up the course a little bit, so lap by lap is getting a little better, a little faster. As I said, on junior was really tough the condition, but for girls it got a little bit better. And Berta could handle most of the climbs, all the climbs on her bikes, as we can see as well on this steep chute. Greta Seivold, nice low on a drop for Giada Specia. And again, the tricolore of Santa Cruz RockShox of Martina Berta, trying to pick a left line in here and get some grip. Is always difficult on this condition to pick a good line and having traction. Martina looking back, and here she comes with the win. Second position for Greta Seivold, and a big hug. It was a tough race for all the girls. Results next with Berta, Seivold, Specia, Valentina Corvi. What a race for her. And then Giorgia Marquette in 5th, with in 6th Lucia Bramati, which we saw on a podium in the past race in Zanatolia. Yeah, my plan was to start really fast from beginning. Wanted to take the lead and kind of play it safe. After the Brazilian trip, shape is coming back, and I didn't want to have like a group race and risk something. As you can see, it was so sleepy, and I wanted to have a strong performance and pick my lines, not do mistakes, was really key for today. But at the same time, I had to feel the legs, feel the shape. Shape is coming, and we know we're building up for the next races. Here was very tricky even to make every climbs on a bicycle, so I had to push from beginning, got this little gap of 15 seconds, and then kind of played safe, but still pushing. The plan is to go faster and faster from now on. I'm gonna skip Europeans for preparing Nove Mesto, and this was the plan from beginning on. So from June we have to get in the gas and be fast. Olympic is coming close, so this is our plan, and we stick to the plan, and we see what this brings on. Yeah, such a tough race. This was when it's muddy. You have to give all yourself. You cannot keep it like easy because everything can happen. Even on the last lap, I had a good margin on the third position. I was really close on Berta, but I had a chain issue and I had to stop and pull the chain back on spot. It was tough, really tough. I mean, difficult condition. Yeah, for the short track, I kind of expected more, but always, all the time, when we come here for National Short Track Championship, we're in 14th, and normally we are 40 in the World Cup. Kind of a different way, different approach of the races, and it kind of took me out of the wind, but I'm still happy for the shape. Luckiest riders of the weekend, elite men. You know why? Because the track has been the best over the weekend. Still muddy, still slippy, still difficult, but way better than the juniors and a little better than the girls. Everything was kind of rideable, and the boys, I think some of the boys picked kind of a better rolling tires for this elite race. Some of the slow-mo, Cameron Orr, the winner of Anatolia. What a sprint he was against Simon Andreasen. And here's Filippo Fontana wide open, cornering in this start loop, chased by all the big dogs from Villiers and from Santa Cruz. Right now is Luca Braidot, who didn't show his best shape so far in the season, but we know how much he's capable of. Again, Carabinieri, one of the big teams up here, and the leader of Internazionali Italia Series, Joele Bertolini, Team KTM. It's 1-2 right now, Filippo Fontana and Nadir Colledani. Then it's Bertolini, who kind of missed the pedals. Some of the mud can playing it a bit different in these conditions. Now it's 2 with Colledani a little bit dropped at the moment, just a few seconds, but the guy from Friuli couldn't handle the pace of this 2. Nice ride and smooth for Filippo Fontana. Those 2 guys actually are battling the whole winter in the cyclocross season, so they know how to play in the mud, they know how to race smart in this condition, and they like it, so that's why they are 1 and 2, and nobody could even follow. The brother twins are far back, and it's a 1-2 for these guys. Bertolini nice and smooth down this technical section. Also Fontana riding really smart and fast down here. Finally we see Braidot chased by Colledani, teammates. But it's Bertolini who is flying over this hill and taking the lead of Internazionali d'Italia series. Long time we didn't see Bertolini up in the front and winning this one of these big races, so we're happy to see him back after a tough season last year. But back in form, number 2 of Daniele Braidot. Bertolini on this nice and sunny corner. As you can see, the grip is better. Always big cheer for Martino Fruet, even though he's not the youngest in the peloton. Actually, he could be the oldest. It's still big cheered for the guy who is capable of great racing down the hill. Bertolini still pedaling smart, nice and steady the pace of Joele. And then it's 2 and 3 for the Carabinieri. It's Braidot, Daniele, and Filippo Fontana. But it's a win for Bertolini. The blue leader jersey made it, and finally took a very important win with Fontana in second, and then in third, Daniele Braidot. Looked like a kind of team tactic for the Carabinieri in the finish line. They have to play it also for the overall. It's a Vendetta we didn't mention, but what race for him in Brazil. Bertolini, Fontana, Braidot, Daniele, Braidot, Luca, Fontana, Filippo in second position, then Vittone in sixth. Nice racing here in Nervesa della Battaglia. Well, it wasn't the best start for me. I had to chase from the back and passing riders and riders. Finally, I got to the front with Filippo Fontana. He asked me to push. I went in the front and I saw that my pace was higher than his. So, I could push in the steep climb. I could make my own pace, my own race, and happy. Internazionali Italia Series has always been one of my goals, and leaning this one out, it's really key for me. So happy to be fast also here and in the next World Cups. I know the race would have been long, so I kind of started out fast, but then I wanted to hold the pace that could take me all the way to the finish line. That's why when Bertolini came, I had to kind of slow down a little bit, but happy in the condition, happy on the way I rode. I really like this condition, really like the mud. Even in summer when it's raining, I always go out with my mountain bike. I really love riding in the mud. So happy on this, happy on the team, and let's see what the future brings. Didn't have a great start as well, like Bertolini, but the legs were pushing. I even had a mechanical at the beginning, so I really had to chase back. But I felt strong. I felt very strong. Not lucky, but as well as it was in Brazil, it's a period of form that I'm pushing. I'm fast, but I'm not the luckiest. So hope for the best for Europeans. Closing picture with the overall, Giorgio Marquez and Martina Berta, same points, 150, then Bramati Lucia in third, so it's going to be all out for the last race for the elite girls. We're going to see the boys with Bertolini and Fontana, 160 on 150, that's why probably Braidot left his spot on Filippo on the finish line, then Luca Braidot in third, 125, so all out in the very last race in Chiesa del Pago. Cheers from the green vineyard of Nervesa della Battaglia, and see you next for the fourth and final round.